So one of the biggest keys of how to be bold is to be a man or woman after God's own heart, to die to yourself, to die to your will. When you do that, it's not so hard to obey God over people. Paul says, I would not be a true servant of God if I was pleasing people and God. I can only please God. Like when I please God, I will displease people. That's just how it is. Like there will be people who adamantly are against what God has called me to do, what he has called me to preach. And I just have to accept that. They're gonna be angry at me, hate me, but I'm not called to please them. I'm called to only please God and only obey God. And so that's just how it is. What boldness requires is to not care what people think. It starts again with a choice. There will be feelings, of course, like, oh, what are these people gonna think? Yeah, those feelings are natural. It's not something like horrible that you're having those feelings. We're all gonna have those feelings at first. But this is how everything works in the spiritual realm, with your obedience, with you choosing to do what God's called you to do, rather than choosing your feelings. God transforms your heart. He diminishes the carnal feelings. And so as you keep obeying him, eventually those feelings like completely go away. Sometimes completely go away, where you literally feel bold. You really don't care what people think. And you're like, yeah, I know this is gonna make a lot of people offended and mad. I don't care. I just wanna please God. That's my biggest key of like how I'm able to be bold is this right here. Because I'm after God's heart. I'm not after my own heart. I'm not after other people's hearts. I'm not trying to please everyone. I'm not trying to get a standing ovation, applause, a thumbs up from all people. I'm only trying to get that from God. I'm only wanting that from God. And that's truly my heart. And that's truly the secret of how I'm able to be bold. That is the biggest secret, is that I am after God's heart. I've conformed to his will and his purposes, not mine. I've died to myself. And when you do that, it's not hard to be bold. You will be able to walk in boldness and do whatever God has called you to do.